And I want you guys to know that you can use this event to change your life.
The next time you walk in any room, they need to ask you, are you in our boomerang?
You do deserve to have your heart's desires. You deserve that, and you can have it.
This is so special, this idea that we have, this concept. And so what we've got to do is let's go out there and create the future that nobody's ever seen.
Move ahead to today. We have a vision. You have to believe.
Video.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Let me tell you something. There is nothing more precious on this earth than a woman. Okay?
Now, I know a lot of people don't go, real isn't real. So I'm going to say it for you. You don't have to say anything.
We had never been a part of a company and really felt valued and really felt that the company owners were loyal to the distributors. So this was our opportunity to do that. Boom Gear is an extension of that promise to the distributors. Not only do we want to create a company that they can be proud to represent, but we also want to give them clothes that they look great in and that they feel great wearing.
Pre-play your success. You can't get rich sitting down. 4, 5, and 6s. That's where I made all of my money.
Good morning, everybody. We're so glad that you're here.
Hop in, let's go. We can take it fast or slow. I'll let you choose the ride. Tell me yes or no. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Feel the vibe when you on the road. We can go anywhere that you wanna go. You feel
In 2019, you gave the gift of abundance, freedom, and love. And the best part is, now that it's out there, it's just gonna keep on giving.
Way bigger than I ever thought.
It's unparalleled. Everything that we've learned is actually out of it.
This was a year of building, a year of family, a year of impact. You've come this far because you gave.
We can wipe out death by high malnutrition.
You are the heartbeat of I Believe.
Find yourself. The best way to do that is to lose yourself in the service of others.
But the biggest gifts are yet to come. Together, we will create the future that others only dream of. And all we ask is that you continue to pass it on. And the future starts today.
I'm living my life. No, we just different, you can't make a clone.
You know, I'm a DJ, right? You should know this.
Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right.
You know the vibes.
I wanna flex, fly on a jet, count up a check, yeah, get out of debt, 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 I wanna flex. How I live this lifestyle, they just wanna know. I ain't get no handout, did it all alone.
Live this morning on KFMK in Houston.
Over 8,000 people right here in my backyard. H-Town, baby. And so now it's time for us to accelerate and to put your dreams in motion. All that we're gonna do in 2020 starts right now. We're gonna put them in motion. 1, 2, 3.
We barely scratched the scratch of the surface. But there's so much more that we can do with IGO, and we're gonna do it.
Lou stands for something. Loyalty. Unity. And edification.
Yo, I accelerated. I'm going fast now. You know they don't want these. I feel like a cash cow. Stack it up. I put all my money in Teslas. They tryna catch up, but ain't fast enough. We don't win this,
So therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, one who even as the mayor of the fourth largest city in the United States, I'm inspired by what you do. Therefore I proclaim this day, February 23rd, 2020, as Earlene and Holton Bugs Day.
Yeah, foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated, 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated, always first, never coming last. I accelerated, take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerated, yeah, you know I accelerate. Every day I gotta celebrate, and you know I had to elevate. Every morning gotta meditate. All this paper that I'm finna make, feel like Jordan cause I bought a day. $1 million, yeah, it's on the way. I'ma be the one they nominate. Every day feel like a holiday. I ain't playing, I'ma get it. I don't want my car to be rented, and I want my windows tinted. I just wanna be independent, feeling like the lieutenant. Money man in the system, and you know I'm finna get it. Never strike out, I knock it out the park. Don't sit on the bench, yeah, you know that I start. Money come in, yeah, my team living large. My diamonds be shining, they glow in the dark. World Series, World Series, World Series, World Series. Run after run. Yeah, the MVP, you know I ain't won. Black diamonds, yeah, they shine like the sun. Grand slam on the yeah, just because I was tired of balling on the budget, so I had to turn nothing to something. Seen a million.
He's a millionaire maker. He's the Michael Jordan of the industry. He's almost like Superman.
People understand your values.
He's amazing. He has, through his coaching and mentorship, has created over 45 millionaires.
One of the biggest blessings I've had in my life is the opportunity to be mentored by Holton Bugs.
One of the best business professionals I've ever seen in business, period, hands down. Visionary, true visionary. Man, that joke is something else now.
Got to have it. I really need it. Give it up, give it up, give it up, yeah. Got to have it. Some people really need it. Give me cash money.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy July 1st, I Boomerang. I want to welcome everybody to today's Zoom webinar, conference call, whatever we want to call it, special announcements taking place today. And I know we've got some excited people all over the place. And if you're in the chat, they've got me set up today whereas I can see every single screen where people are dialing into. I want to give it up to people right now on Zoom. You guys have packed it out. I know between the Spanish and the English, we've probably got over 2,000 plus people on Zoom alone. I know on Facebook, we're already we're going to reach 1,000 and a bit. Just hit 1,000 over in Facebook, and that's going to be growing as well. Let us know where you're from. Let us know where you are from. Happy July. To each and every one of you. Thank you guys some of you for waking up so early in the morning. Some of you are actually staying up right now pretty late. I know over in, I think, Australia, New Zealand, it is actually 2:00 a.m. their time. And we saw so many different people actually jumping on to the call from those areas. And so I can tell you this, it's never too early or never too late to work on your future. And that's what iBoomerang is all about. And so I'm really, really, really excited about, I'm fired up about July. June, it was I'd say June was what I call one of those good months. I'm not going to say it was a great month. The only thing great about June is we survived June. Okay, we survived June. We're through it. And so, you know what? I can find the greatness in anything that we survived it. What I mean by that, June was just one of these crazy months all over the world, and everything kind of shook up. The world shook up, changed again on us. And when one bullet was coming one way, we dodged over here. The next thing you know, there's a shotgun of pellets coming, and it came all in June. And but July is here, and I have already declared July. I'm calling it Jump Off in July, because we are going to have a record-breaking month this month. I've already declared it. It's already spoken. I've done it. We planned for it. The team is ready, locked in sync to go out there and make July the biggest month that we've ever had in the history of our company. And we continue to grow. And I can tell you this, I want to say, first of all, thank you, every one of you. And I'll speak a little slower, as I'm often reminded that we have multiple languages that this is being translated into. So this call may end up being 3 hours long. No, just kidding. But I will slow up, because I do want all of our people in Spanish to really be able to get the updates. I definitely want, I know we have French. That group out there is just going crazy. I can't wait to come to France. France has been calling my name, okay? Calling my name in a major, major, major way. So I can't wait until I can get back over there, go down there with all of our leaders that we have there, and really, really, really just rock it. I know we had a new, I think a new Emerald last month, and George went Emerald. I know we have Abdi there. We've got several other Emeralds, and if I call the names, I'll just forget all of the names, but we're coming to break some diamonds. Okay, we are definitely coming down there to break some diamonds. Over in Italy, I know they're being translated right now. I did a call with the Italian group. I think it was last week, and I can tell you, Fabrizio, just incredible leader, wonderful leader. And I know we've got several Emeralds that are there right now that are right on the cusp of going diamond. And so I've been gearing up for a European tour, and no matter how it's going to be done, whether it's going to be in large venues or whether it's going to be in small little venues, and if I have to go sit maybe in one of these Italian cafes or at a hotel lobby or something like that, and we do 6 at a time, you know what, if we do 6 at a time and we do 10 a day, that's 60 at a time, and I'll stay for 5 days, and that's 300 people, whatever, see, a winner finds a way. And but you can count on it. We'll definitely be coming there as well, and celebrating our diamonds and the group that we have there. I know we have New Diamond and obviously New Zealand over there with Astor. It's in New Zealand. Is that New Zealand correct? No, Norway. I'm sorry, Norway, right? And haven't been to Norway before. And always look forward to being able to go there. I've got a couple of Norwegian friends. And, we part of our business is in the travel industry. So when I hear Norway, I hear Norwegian Cruise Lines, which, by the way, hopefully some of you took some of the hints and bought some of it a couple of months ago. You would have done well by now. But I can't wait to come and explore new areas, new opportunities, and that's all over. I know we've got groups over and all over the place. I know right now on this broadcast right now, I don't know how many countries we have represented. but I know as far as our boomerang, in terms of the place that we've got people who are excited, people who have been anticipating being a part of something special, has now spanned to at least 188 countries, okay? 188 countries where we've got people, customers, where we've got ambassadors that are excited about what it is that we are doing. If you're brand new, if you're 30 days or less, I want you to put it into the chat. Say, that's me, 30 days or less, or put 30 in there, 30 days or less. If you join our business in the month of June, or if you join the business in the month of May, put 60 days or less. If you're 30 days or less, or 90 days or less. So I want to see 90s, I want to see 60s, I want to see 30s to see who do we have on the call? Who do we have on the call? And I love the idea of brand new people. One of the things that I know is that the lifeblood of any company is always what we call the new blood. And the new blood just simply represents, and sometimes I hate to use these terms because some people say blood, which maybe represents violence or something like that. We don't mean it in that way. We just mean a new body, a new person, a new set of dreams, a new set of goals that have made a decision to join iBoomerang and become of the future and the vision of what we have. You guys are extremely special. I can tell you this, you're fortunate. You're fortunate, you're lucky, because our company is better today. June 1st is the best our company has ever been. I mean, July 1st. It's the best it's ever been, okay? It is absolutely the best it has ever been. What we have done, and I want to just share a little bit of a vision of why it started, what are we doing, what is our mission, so that everybody understands what is this really all about? You know, why are we actually building? Why did we bring this vision together? You know, one of the things I've recognized as a field leader in networking for at least 29 years. And well, in the field 29 years, was I a field leader? I just wasn't impactful. My leadership wasn't so good the first 7 years, put it that way. I was working on my following skills, and obviously I didn't follow so well either. But one of the things that I do know is that successful people get very good at things that are boring. There's a saying, and I believe it actually comes from a scriptural, it's a scripture, I believe it's in the Bible, but I know it comes from some scripture, and whether you have a Christian or background or spiritual, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about the principle. But there's a principle that says, don't get weary in well-doing. Don't get weary in well-doing, which simply means that well-doing, the things that actually work, sometimes people get very bored with things that actually work. And sometimes the mindset, especially us in this amazing direct sales business, things work, we get good at things that work, and we have to inject a dose of creativity. And what do I mean by a dose of creativity? We want to look for what's new today, or what's new this week, or what's new next week, or give me a different way to do it. Let me change it up. Let me polish it and make it different. It's normal, especially to creative people. And a lot of people who are in this business, we're creative by nature, and some of you don't even understand your level of creativity. But don't get weary in well-doing, but successful people get good at things that are boring. Let me give you an example, and I'll talk about this because I want you to understand we have now completed our 15th month. I think we're in our 16th month, or is this 16 months or 17, Terrence? 16, okay. And he's not in trouble. I called him Terrence.
Terrence, I'm like, wow, am I in trouble?
Normally when I call him Terrence, he's in trouble.
I'm like, who's that?
So we completed 16 months in business, and today starts our 17th month of business. We haven't even been around for 18 months, and we haven't even been officially launched for a year yet. But we started a concept 16 months ago. 17 months ago, I'm sorry, 17 months ago, we started a concept. I came on a conference call and I talked about a vision. I talked about something that was not even ready yet. I talked about something that couldn't be done at the moment that I talked about it. And I said, we're going to bring it to you hopefully next month. And that was February the 18th or 19th. And then we brought it out on March the 11th. And we kept our promise in terms of when we were going to bring it out. We talked about not making a difference in network marketing. We talked about making network marketing different. We talked about creating a concept for those who've been involved in network marketing. And I want you to know the real numbers here, okay? The real numbers. The real numbers in any business, it's not just network marketing, but the masses of people who actually engage in most businesses, it's not set up. I don't want to say it's not set up, but because of systems and the ways that we've done things over so many years, most people don't realize their potential. Now, it doesn't mean that the companies aren't good. I believe there's a lot of very good companies in real estate, whether it's in investing, whether it is in oil and gas, whether it is in network marketing, whether it is in entertainment, whether it's in music, whether you're a painter or whatever it may be. But most people who go through art school, and take dance, they never perform on Broadway. It's not because Broadway will reject them, but there's some fine things that they just didn't do. It was the fine print that they didn't read about what it takes to get there that makes some people say, you know what, I'm going to get to a certain point, and here's what happens. The majority of people get to a certain point in life as they're climbing a hill and you see a rest area. And that rest area, they actually park. And parking becomes very comfortable. And so it's not the hill. The hill's not a problem. What it is we didn't see it through. Why? Because what I've got to do to get to the next part of that mountain, to get to the apex, is a little bit different. Why? The oxygen is a little thinner the higher I go. The roads become narrower the more I go. There's less people there, which means I'm no longer a part of a crowd. And I have a fear of loneliness. I have a fear of being alone. I have a fear of not being a part of the masses. The higher you go, the less people that you'll see doing it the way that you do it. What does that mean? You sometimes get that far and you start thinking, maybe I'm doing something wrong because I'm so used for my entire life doing it the way that the masses do it. It starts from early on when you're in school, from your teacher tells you, hey, listen, line up, everybody line up, we're going to lunch. And you have to line up in a single file line, hands behind your back, and you walk in the line. And they start teaching you from the very beginning how to basically follow and do the masses and be the masses. And those small little things that we've gone through allows us to be dependent on other people and what their goals are. And so we don't have the opportunity to be as independent in our thought as we want. And so when the masses are gone, we're like lost. This is why we say leadership sometimes can be lonely, because there's nobody who's willing to be there with you. Why? It's different. You've done things higher. The majority of the people are in the masses. I'll give you an example. Give you an example of how simple it is to win. And I'm kind of sharing with you the vision of what we want to do with iBoomerang. If I was to ask you right now, and we've got thousands upon thousands of people who are on this call right now, if I was to ask you, how many of you have ever applied for a job? Okay. And I want some feedback here. I want this call to be as interactive as possible right now, because I want to talk with you. And I'm going to share some stuff and go through some promotions and stuff like that, some exciting stuff. They've been telling me make HB pay. So we're going to have a make HB pay month, which is really good. But how many of you, if you've ever applied for a job before, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've had my share of jobs, okay? I don't like them, but I've worked for other people. Let me know if you've ever applied for a job. Just put yes, I have. If you've ever applied for a job, you've submitted an application, okay? And I want to see it on Facebook. I want to see it on Zoom. I want everybody to participate. And I want you to tell the truth, because I'm going to share with you something about how simple success really can be if you understand what I'm talking about here. If you understand, don't get bored with things that work. Don't get bored with things that work, okay? When you look at some of the greatest inventors in the world, people look at Thomas Edison and they think he was one of the greatest, or I mean, they look at Einstein and they say he's a genius. He was a genius. Well, if you take the story of Einstein, when he was born and when he was in school, he was actually put in slower classes. He wasn't up to speed. He didn't have what teachers would have thought was an up-to-date way of thinking. And genius is not a super skill. Genius is the ability to work on the mundane. Genius is the ability to work on what's boring over and over and over and over and over again without losing the first level of enthusiasm in which you started that task. That's what genius is. Genius is not being smarter than everybody. Genius is I'm going to find what works and I'm going to keep doing it because I already know the masses of the people will stop doing it. And it leaves me with the best result because I put myself in position to win. So everybody here has mentioned that they've applied for a job. Now, remember, I want full honesty here, and full honesty only works so that you can really see what I believe the result's going to be, and I'm going to prove it to you here. Now, if you've applied for a job that pays at least $30,000 a year, I want you to just put 30. Put 30 in the comments. Just put 30. And I want you to pay attention, and I want you to watch these numbers. Now, I want you to watch the rapidness of these responses here, okay? If you've responded or applied for a job of at least $30,000 a year, put 30 in the comments. This right here, I want you to watch this because it's going to reveal something about you. And most importantly, it's going to reveal something about your win in iBoomerang. Now, how many of you have ever applied for a job that pays $100,000 per year? You've submitted your resume, you've submitted your application, whatever it may be. There's a job posting, it pays $100,000 a year. And if you ever have, whether you've received a job or not, doesn't matter, just put 100 in. 100,000 or more. Okay. And so remember, we want complete honesty. If you haven't, don't put it in there. This is not to impress me. I'm not looking at your names. I won't even look to see who put it in there. Now, I know I've gone from 30,000 to 100,000. Some of you've applied for 50 or 60 or 70 or 80. That's the 30,000 category up to 100. All right, now, how many of you have ever applied for a job that pays $500,000 a year? If you have, I want you to put 500 in. And if you haven't, it's okay. I never did. Okay, just put 500,000. If you haven't, it's okay. Okay. Now, I've looked here on, I'm right now on our Zoom platform, and how many have you counted so far, T. Gray, Mark? 5. Okay. Now, in 188 countries, right now, only 5 people have ever applied for a job that pays $500,000 a year. Let me ask you a question. What's the chances of those 5 people, what if something happened and 3 of them got sick, didn't make the interview? Between the $30,000 and the $100,000. See, you see that this is what you qualify for because you see what you believe your skills are worth. How long would the line be for the $30,000 to a $100,000 or $99,000 job? A long line. How crowded would it be? How if everyone was applying for that same job in the spaces here, how confident would you feel about getting the job knowing that you've got 2,500 other people applying for the same job? Air gets a little bit thinner at 100,000, but there's still a crowd there. $500,000, we have 5, maybe 6 people, and you've got now a 20% chance. You've got a 20% chance of getting the job. But the reason that you didn't apply is because you didn't think it was for you. You didn't think that you qualified. You didn't think that you had the skill sets for it. And you looked at everyone else and you compared their degree, their resume, their experience level, their connections, and you compared it to what your experiences have been. And you could have been the only one showed up for the job. You could have had the person like myself sitting in front of you saying, you know what? I don't care about what your degree is. I don't care about what your experience. This job position, I can teach you what to do, but I can't teach you how to show up. I can't teach you to believe in yourself. I can't teach you to be enthusiastic. You're hired. And now, it doesn't mean just because you apply that you're hired. It just means that you're putting yourself in a position to beat the odds. See, the higher you go, do you see how it's really easier? It's difficult at the bottom. It's very difficult when you're looking to compete with everyone else and you're saying, this is my destination, 30,000 to 99,000. Here's where my destination is. There's a crowd of people and there's backstabbers and there's people who don't want you to get it. Why? Because they think you are getting their job. And they're going to send you to give you the wrong directions. And they're going to tell you misinformation. Why? You're taking away from them. The higher you go, the more assistance you get. Do you know how many people in the network marketing field who are distributors, specifically those who are less than $250,000 a year, how they really tear other companies down and they talk negative about other companies to other distributors so that those distributors can actually leave that company and come over to their company? Why? They're at the bottom. You know what we do as owners? We get together, we kind of laugh about it, and we help each other. I've got so many owners who own companies that are friends of mine, even before I became an owner of a company. We get together, and you know what we do? We talk about how can we make each other's company better. We talk about, hey, what are you doing right now that's working? And I'll share with them what I'm doing that's working. I'll ask them questions about certain things. How did you handle this? And how did you handle? It's a different world when you start to say, I'm going to play here. So I go back to my phrase of don't get boring or don't get bored with things that work. We started iBoomerang with a vision to say what we were going to do is that we were going to become a whole different type of business, a different concept. We were going to cater and make sure that we take care of those who've been in companies for years and never reached a high level of success. And you know what some people interpret that as? They said they were going to get it done in 6 months. You're talking about an industry that's been around here for, at least if you go back to some of the bigger days, over 100 years, but in the multi-level marketing, it's been over 60 plus years that's been popular. In 6 months, we're going to do it differently. In 6 months, what hadn't been done in 60 years. And it's because sometimes we have this microwave oven mindset. If it doesn't get done in 6 months, that means that they're not keeping the promise. Right? No, I can tell you right now, we are on track and we're keeping every single promise. I told you one of the key things that I talked about was being promise keepers. What we said we were going to do is that we said we were going to develop something called a PRIB. We said we were going to make it where our distributors who go out and build a consumer base, that we were going to do the work and make sure that we funnel a source of income for those who dare go out and get boomerangs and go out and build a customer base. And I never forget, I heard a couple of comments. I know some of you probably think this way, and my job is really to give you a little tune up, to kind of put you back on track so that you remember what the beginning was, so that you remember exactly what's working. We've been looking at some numbers and trends and things of that nature, and we brought in our I Decide feature, which has been a huge hit. And many of you actually built your business using the I Decide, and now you probably sheared away from it a little bit. You got to remember, the same presentation that you saw for the first time will impress and inspire a person who's never seen our business before. Well, the I Decide doesn't have Vibe Rides in it. Well, you didn't see it either when you first joined, and you joined. It doesn't have to have Vibe Rides. I want you to remember that the people are not buying the details of the product or the technology as much as they buy the person that hit the send button. Who is the send button from? That's what's going to determine whether or not the credibility of this information is at a high or low. So what do I want you to, I don't like saying get back to, because when you say get back to, it means that you stop doing what was working. I hear people say words like, I'm going to get back to the basics, or I'm going to get back to sponsoring. It means that you stop doing the things that was working in the very beginning. And anytime you stop doing it, you know, you start the whole process over. If I stop watering my plants and because I don't see the growth of the plant, or I don't see the fruit, and I stopped for a while, and now that seed that's down there that was fertilized, that was right there on the cusp, it was right on the breakthrough, the part of being able to break through the ground, and I stop it, and I starve it of its nutrition, I starve it of hydration, and now it's no longer able to grow. Down inside, the momentum of growth dies. And you think it's as easy as taking some water and putting more water in, and I pick up from where I left off? No, I've got to start a whole new process. And the only way to get that particular crop or that particular flower to grow again is I've got to create a brand new crop or plant a brand new seed all right beside the one that I gave up on. And I've got to allow those to grow. And now the environment of growth of others will actually influence the growth of the one that you stopped on. But you can't just come back and say, well, I took some time off, let me water it again, it's going to grow at the same rate. It doesn't work that way. So don't give up on your vision, because I can tell you every day we keep the vision in front of us. We keep the vision very strong. And some say, well, you know, during this pandemic, we don't see a lot of people traveling. So why would I send out boomerangs? At what point in time, I want you to go back and I want you to look over the last 17 months, 16, 17 months, and I want you to go back and I want you to go find one sentence where HB said, iBoomerang is a travel company. And if you can find it, $10,000. But I said, this is what we are. We're a travel company. If you can find where I said that, never said that. You'll always find me saying HB couldn't stand the travel industry. But HB found a technology, and we were going to utilize the technology to revolutionize the entire industry, to do something that had never been done before. But see, Faith and well workings reward the Renee Youngs. It rewards the Shirley Xaviers. It rewards all of those people, you know, like the Rogans who've now gone over their 1,000 customers, and so many now who've gone over 1,000 customers and 2,000 and 1,500 customers and 500 customers, because we never said we were going to solve the issue this month or even this year. We told you from the beginning that our company is based off of integrity and transparency. We call it the IT factor. And I want you to understand, here's what I want you to understand. I want you to understand that it will be totally irresponsible for me to make your emergency mine. Because CHB and our executive team, we're responsible for tens of thousands of dreams and families all around the world. And some people say, well, you know, well, I had a 6-month time limit for me to reach this goal. And if HB doesn't launch Vibe Rides here, then in 6 months, because that's my goal. Well, that's your goal. But we've got a major responsibility to do things and to bring them about when we feel the level of confidence that we can actually continue and stay true to our mission. And I can promise you this, we're not going to stop doing it that way. We're going to make some mistakes. We're always going to make some mistakes. We make them. I'm going to come to you and share with you one thing that I believe, you know, that I take responsibility for. And I talked to our Blue Diamonds about it the other day. It's not a problem at all owning up to a mistake that we make or whatever. And we've made a lot. I mean, we started off, you know, it was trembling over here, you know, with the start and vision that was there. And but the thing that we're not going to do is we're not going to take a text message or a conference call or a this is my thought process and we have to do this month, because we understand that distributors, I know because I was one, I had what I call the emergency silver bullet mentality. Give me this product and I promise you I'll go Blue Diamond. Well, I didn't even go Sapphire with the products that we had. And I expected the company to throw out a product so that I could grow, okay? Or so that I could achieve my goals. And it just doesn't work that way. What I want you to always hold on to is the promise that we made of making sure that everybody has the opportunity to win here. You know, there's a story that I heard a long time ago, and it's a story of what I call the Chinese bamboo tree. And some of you have heard the story, some of you probably haven't heard the Chinese bamboo tree story. And the vision that I have, especially for, you know, what we call our elephants and our fish, that vision for me is that I want them to experience the Chinese bamboo tree. You know, our monkeys have experienced that. And those of you who put the 30 and the 60, you don't know what the elephants and the monkeys and the fish are, but you can go back and look at vision, look at my talk on vision in September. You'll see I explain it very well. But what happens is a farmer goes out and plants Chinese bamboo tree seeds. And so what happens is he finds the soil, finds a piece of land, and he plants these seeds. And he waters it and he makes sure he fertilizes it and he protects it. And for the first month, it's consistent. She's very consistent. And the second month, there's no evidence that there's even a seed that's down there. Third month, no evidence. Fifth month, no evidence. Sixth month, no evidence. Nothing whatsoever. A year later, there's nothing down there. Nothing whatsoever. And here's what happened to the inexperienced person who had these incredible seeds in their hand. See, they had done it before, but after 1 year, they thought the seeds were broken. You know what they did? They went and dug up to make sure that the seeds were there. And anytime you go back to dig up your seed, you actually destroy what you had actually planted, and you must start the process all over. And when they found that the seeds were there, they says, well, it's been a year, the seeds were actually there, but nothing's happening. And so the next group of people came and they dug, and they knew it was going to be at least a year, and they went 2.5 years. And they says, well, we've gone a year, we went 2 years, but now it's 2.5 years. We see nothing whatsoever that remotely represents proof that I planted something. You know what they did? Maybe these seeds are broken. And they went and dug up those seeds, and they went down and went through and took their shovel, and they started to see, yeah, there was something here. But maybe these seeds are broken. Maybe they were rotten seeds or something. Well, another group says, well, we know at least 2.5 years we have to go past, and they went 4.5 years, 2 years longer, and nothing, not one single bump of a leaf came from the earth. Nothing. 4.5 years, they're like, hold on for a second. This doesn't make sense. I plant tomatoes, in 30 days I have something. I plant green beans, and 2 months later I see something here. And I plant this, and this comes at 4.5 years, nothing. I'm done. These seeds aren't here. These are some trick seeds, and this is manipulation. Go dig up the seed. And they saw something. They didn't know what it was, but they saw something. Oh, it died in the ground. It was a good seed, but it died in the ground. Done. And then they had a group of people who said, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. You telling me these are Chinese bamboo tree seeds? And the Chinese bamboo tree is going to give me the most beautiful, the most incredible, the most strongest roots, the most pleasurable looking bamboo that's out here. We're just going to go and do it. And we're going to be consistent. We'll be obedient. Last group quit 4.5 years. This new group, they went 4.5 years. They said, well, we know we have to go 4.5 years. And they asked him, how many years are you willing to go? He says, well, we're just going to do it until the seeds grow. 5 years. And in the 5th year, within a matter of 2 weeks from the 5th year, the tree grew 80 feet tall in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Now, some will look at it and say, well, during harvest time, it took 2 weeks to go 80 feet tall. So when you look at a Johnny Wimbrey who goes black diamond within his first year, you think he went black diamond in his first year. You look at it, Edwin Haynes, who's our global master ambassador, you think that he begot this position because of what he did in 6 weeks. No, Edwin's been doing this over 20 plus years. Johnny's been doing this over 20 plus years. It was the seeds that they had already planted. They just continued doing the thing that worked, and they never got bored with it. And what you're witnessing is that 2-week period of time of growth. And it's the exact same thing that my vision is for our elephants and our fish and our boomerang. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but we've been building and perfecting our technology, our customer service. We've been wanting to get it to the point that we know we can deliver this, or we can deliver something that's right. And we're every day we get closer, and we get closer, and we get closer, and we get closer, and we get closer. We're 17 months old, ladies and gentlemen. 17. And our whole goal for this crib, and those of you who've been out, this is why I say send your boomerangs out. Why? You're thinking travel customers only? See, here's what the vision is. Our goal, and we're going to be launching something this year, more than one thing this year. New product, new products, new technologies, new products. Our vision is to by next year, after Accelerate, that we'll be putting something new in the crib, 1 to 2 new concepts into the crib every quarter. Why? Because see, I want Shirley Xavier to look at her customer base of thousands of customers in her group and see that iBoomerang is marketing to her customers, and her customers have access to this and to that, and to this and to that. And maybe her distributor network is not tens of thousands of people, but her customer base is tens of thousands of customers who are buying every single month something that is unique, something that iBoomerang has in its crib. And whatever time it was she sowed those seeds, whatever time she used sowing the seeds of the boomerangs, and when now more technology, more products, more services, more items are in that crib that are being purchased, watching her residual income just soar. Why? Because she did the work that we told her to do in the very beginning. We never said do it, and surely you're going to make $1 million your first year. We didn't say it that way. And so I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, stay steady. Just stay steady. It's all we want you to do is just stay steady. Stay focused, stay steady. Send out your I decide. Okay. I mentioned to you on the call, I guess some people call it my famous rant. And I wasn't upset, by the way, when I did that call. I was passionate. I heard two words. Jex told me his favorite words on that call was goodbye, everybody. And Fran told me her favorite words on the call. I had some time with them in Miami. Fran said her two favorite words were T. Gray, call's over. Okay. We weren't mad. T. Gray wasn't in trouble. Okay. But I know how good you really are. And I just don't have it in me to allow people to perform at a level that's less than what I know they can give. And so that was the coach or the distributor in me, not necessarily just the CEO in me. As the CEO, I keep this cool head, but as a distributor, I go out there and make things happen. And I can't even stand winning if I keep winning by the same margin. If I'm winning by 1 point, every game, that's boring to me. I got to win by 2. I got to win by 3. Ask Sam Bean. He put out a post the other day about shooting pool. Ask him what happened the last time he came, okay, to the house. That's what gets me going, when you win by those type of margins. But anyway, I always have to take my shots at him because he does his stuff on his Instagram, taking shots at me on my Cowboys. And I got the microphone right now and the camera and all the eyeballs. And so ask him how many games he won the last time he came to the Bugs house and shot pool. Okay. But anyway, but guys, stay steady, stay steady, stay steady, stay steady. Send out your I decides. Okay. I sometimes wish I was a distributor as well. I can send out the same I decide that we have access to right now. The concept that we are selling, ladies and gentlemen, is the ability to acquire a massive number of customers in a short period of time. I want you to go back, and every owner that I'm talking about, that I talk to, what they tell me? Bugs, I wish I could undo what I've done and start with a concept like yours and then bring my product in. But it's too late, I can't do it. Because my team will think that I switched on them. We've got nearly 800,000 customers in our network. No other company in the history of network marketing has ever come close to a number like that. That's 800,000 and building customers. You're building your customer base not for a travel commission today. You're building your customer base so that the Prib is able to market to them the more things we bring into the Prib, and use the philosophy that you hear Johnny Wimbrey say all the time. I am not an iBoomerang for what it is today. I am here for what it's going to be 5 years from now. And you stay steady. And you stay steady. And I can't promise you how much money you're going to make. And I can't promise you that your bamboo tree is going to grow up 80 feet in the sky, which represents your check. All I can tell you is that you're putting yourself in the best position to win. See, the equivalent of what, you know, the Renee Youngs and the Rogans and Shirley Javers, and I know some of the other ones that we've got, you can toss me some of those names if you need to. What they have done, it's the equivalent of applying for the job that pays $500,000 a year. Why? Because see, only few people have actually done it. And if iBoomerang launches a product that customers want that they can't get anywhere else, and we've got 5 million customers, 8 million customers, 10 million customers in the network, and there's a product that we launch in one day and we do the marketing to those customers, and if you want to, you can tell people about that technology or product and they can only get it from iBoomerang, what are you gonna say? Man, I really wish I had sent my boomerangs. I really wish I had set myself up for success, but I was thinking that this was only about travel. It's never been about travel. I love traveling now. I love being in the lifestyle business. I love seeing what's happening. You know, people right now is traveling. Travel is going back up. American Airlines this week here says that they're now eliminating the middle seat being empty. Delta Airlines, Southwest are going to take it until September, and at September, they're going to go full capacity. Why? The demand is back. The demand is back. And here's the thing I want you to think. As much as we want you to protect yourselves, and as much as we want you to sit at home and make sure that your family is safe, don't think that everybody has the same concerns that you have. Just because you're not traveling doesn't mean that people are traveling. I took a couple of flights myself. Right now, for me, it's the best time to fly. The first time I got on the plane, it's 20 people on the flight. On my return trip, it was 36 people. I just went to Miami recently, got on the plane, and plane was full. Come back, plane was full to capacity without the middle seat. It's coming back. I'm watching the momentum. We're watching the number of bookings and stuff like that. So that's still happening, but that's not why we put the boomerang technology out there. Two things that we're able to do with this boomerang technology. Number one, acquire customers. Make sure our customers have something of value for getting it, which is a huge discount of lifestyle when they do travel. And one of the biggest things that we're able to do is every time a boomerang goes out there, we feed a child. This is one of the things that we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure we give back, and we're keeping our promise. From the day one, what we told you we were going to do, we're doing it. Are we doing everything as fast as maybe your bank account needs it? Probably not. But we can't make our focus what your condition is. All we can tell you is here's what we're going to be and here's what we're going to do, and we hope that you don't miss the boat. So get back out and do the daily activity. Enroll people. We talked about it, the 10 and 2. Every month, get 10 customers and enroll 2 people. Every month. And I want to bring you on right now and introduce you to someone, and I'll go through some updates right after I bring this person on. And normally I don't bring people onto my calls, and they're not even a diamond person I'm going to bring onto the call. But I heard this story and I said, this is my type of couple. Okay. This is my couple. This is my type of couple. The story is what got me. It wasn't the rank. It wasn't the money that they're earning. It was the story that got me. And I said, everybody needs to hear this story. And I told Mark, he shared the story with me as we do all the time, because sometimes I'm not connected with every person who's done and overcome. And I said, I want to meet this guy. I want to meet them. And I'd love for them to share the story. And right now it's about 3 a.m. their time. And I want to bring on so that they can get some sleep. This is normally the time that they said that they normally finish their Zoom calls for the day anyway. But I want to bring on someone who doesn't have a network marketing background, someone who's never been in multi-level marketing before, someone who probably doesn't even understand all of the technical terms in network marketing, someone who defies the odds, where someone say we can't build a business here in this country. Then I find a person like Ame who says, I didn't know that I couldn't build it. That's why I built it. It's like kind of the bumblebee. Aerodynamically, the bumblebee and the hummingbird should not be able to fly. The body is too big for the wings. If you take physics anywhere, you take the mass of the body and you take the wings, it should not be able to lift off the ground. But there's two things. One thing is this, or it's one concept for those two animals. Neither the hummingbird or the bumblebee can read. Because if it read physics books, hummingbirds and bumblebees would be right on the ground, because somebody would have given them a book teaching them what they couldn't do. And so I'm bringing onto the call here someone who is, I consider him a hummingbird or a bumblebee. It's not that he can't read, but he doesn't read what can't be done. And it's a pleasure of mine. I want to bring on a guest onto this call here. My first time being able to meet him. We call him Ami, and I will let him give the full pronunciation of his first and last name because I want to show that respect. But let's bring Ami onto the call. Ami, welcome to the CEO update call. I believe you're the first person ever to actually join me on a CEO update call. And I'd like to bring you on and welcome you to the call and say good morning, good afternoon, or whatever you like to say in your country. But anyway, how are you doing today?
Oh, how are you, Mr. Box? Man, it's amazing to be here. I was sitting and now I'm standing because I can't sit down. I can't sit still, you know, but I'm really good. And my name is Ami Peliasi Ahokava. You know, I'm so nervous right now. I haven't been on big screen like this before, especially like to be in front of great people like you guys, you know, and to be in front of you and to get to hear from you like directly, it's amazing. And you can call me Ami. My name is way too long. And even if you pronounce it wrong, I won't be angry, you know. I'm just too excited. I'm just too excited to speak with you.
Well, Ami, listen, first of all, I want to say on behalf of iBoomerang, the entire corporate team that we have, our diamonds, our blue diamonds, black diamonds, executive staff, even all of our other ambassadors, I want to say congratulations to you. You achieved Emerald in the month of June, which is a major achievement. You know, I tell people at Emerald qualified 12 months, you got $1 million business that's happening every year. Where are you from, Ami? Tell everybody where you're from and where you're born and where do you live now?
Yeah, I'm from Tonga, and I'm Tongan, and I'm proud to say that I'm Tongan. I do live in New Zealand, Auckland right now. And, you know, that's where I'm living right now. So
somebody told me that the key to your success was that back in Tonga, you lived in this big metropolitan area with millions of people, and that's how you went Emerald. Is that the truth, or was I giving bad information where you lived in Tonga?
Tonga, well, actually, in the island of Tonga right now, I'm talking right now, I don't even think it's up to even like the population in the country right now. It's up to 100,000 people.
About how many?
I think it's about like not even up to 100,000 people. I think it's about 50,000 or 70,000, something like that.
In the entire country, in the area that you grew up, how many people were in your city or your area where you lived?
In Tonga or in New Zealand?
No, where you grew up, the area where you grew up in Tonga.
Oh, okay. Where I grew up in a very tiny island called Wiha. And in that island, I think the population is around, not even, like, I think 200?
About 200 people in your entire population there. Wow. Well, let me ask you a question. How long have you been now in New Zealand? I know you live in New Zealand now. How long have you been there?
I've been in New Zealand since 2011.
2011. And now what brought you to New Zealand and what's been your profession the entire time that you've been there?
I came here to New Zealand, you know, to find a better life. You know, everyone knows back home what it's like back in the islands. And that's what brought me here to New Zealand. And I came here to New Zealand and I was picking fruits, kiwi fruits, and roaming around, didn't quite get what I needed to get. When I came to New Zealand, ended up doing some other things that I never planned. I never knew that I would be doing. Ended up doing building, and that's when I started doing building, and I became a business owner. And I do own a building company right now in New Zealand.
Congratulations. So basically that entrepreneur mindset works for you in iBoomerang. Tell me quickly, who's your sponsor in iBoomerang, and how did you find out about iBoomerang?
Man, my sponsor is Chon Apiata. I don't know if you're on the call right now, but I'm pretty sure you're here. And he is my sponsor. His name is Chon Apiata, and he brought me into the business. And I met this guy through Facebook. I never met this guy. Don't even know this guy. He doesn't even know me. That's how we met. And he put up a post on Facebook during the lockdown in April, the 10th of April. And that's how I came to know about iBoomerang. It was through this guy here, Chon Apiata. He is also a builder.
In April, that you found out about iBoomerang in April during the lockdown, the beginning of the lockdown.
Yes, that's
right. And you saw it on Facebook. So how did you see a presentation? Did he talk to you? Did you get an iDecide, or how did that happen? I just want to know, because I don't know that story at all.
Hey, he put up a post on Facebook during this time. Lockdown here in New Zealand was it was on level 4, I think, by then. He put up this post about iBoomerang. Never mentioned anything what iBoomerang is all about. He just shared that it's an opportunity. And for me, as someone who comes from the islands, who got nothing from the islands and come here roaming around, wandering around, and to be a business owner and to be in the situations where I can't work anymore, I have always looked for an opportunity. And when he mentioned that, that's all I needed to hear. And that's how I get to get in touch with him. And I was never sent an iDecide. I was just introduced by him through that post. And then we went from there to a 3-way call. And then that's how I get into it.
And so let me ask you a question. What experience did you have in network? Had you ever heard of network marketing before? Had you ever been in or worked it before?
I had never done anything like this. I had never done. When I first started, I thought it feels like I was being blindfolded to come into something that I never knew. But I did believe this guy, and I trust him. I think that's all I needed. My belief was already up there.
I want you to share with everyone, what was the state of your family at that time during the lockdown? Was your business affected? What was going on in your life at the time that you clicked on that button and found iBoomerang? Share with me here real quick, what was going on in your life at that moment?
At that time, this was during the lockdown when I first heard about iBoomerang. But before that, everyone knows here in New Zealand, the lockdown, there was no work. As me, as a builder, you all know, it was only essential work and jobs that was allowed to be going on at this time. So there was no work, nothing coming in, there was nothing. Actually, there was nothing. And that's why I look into this. And it was not just that, but when the lockdown happens, it reminded me of how I started my situations when I was in New Zealand, and not just looking around for jobs and things like that, but my situations right there when I was in New Zealand. I wanted to,
It's okay, buddy.
this it was all good by then. I got my wife, my kids to support me, but I was fighting with the memories that I have from the past when I was in New Zealand. That was the only situations that happened by then to come here to New Zealand. No background, nothing no experience in network marketing, no nothing. But it reminds me of when I used to be on the street. That was the only thing that I was fighting with that time, because I didn't want that my family or my kids to go through what I went through. And from nothing to have nothing and to be something right now. By then, that's all I wanted, is for my son not to be on the street and to live on the street like me. When I came here.
So there was a point in time that you were homeless.
Yeah. Man, never said this before, ever.
And I want you to know this, because your story is right now inspiring a lot of people who's going to learn and take a lot away from your success. And number one, I'm proud of you for having the courage to share.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. You're definitely right. I never shared this, but the love that I have for the people that I work with, I did not even know, just because of where I was. Whenever I talk to someone, I look at them as a piece of code. I never treat them or talk to them like it's just someone that I talk to, because I just wanted to help them so that they will not go through what I went through. And it comes to a time that I don't even know, what's in my back office. I did not even know that I hit ranks. I did not even know that. Even to study all these things, I did not even care. If I had to know everything in my back office, I did not even care. I know the opportunity, I know the visions, and I believe in the system, and I believe in you, and I know it will help so many people, and that's what I do. I just work. That's it.
I've had my share of interviewing quite a lot of people over the years, and I can say this your story, your experience, I think it's probably one of the most honest, sincere, and impactful stories. I can just feel it that many people are going to benefit by this. And I want, even in advance, I just want to say thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time that you get to share with me.
I have a couple other questions here. You have a family now, and you built the business. You got started in April. It's not so important about the ranks. I would ask you normally about how did you hit Sapphire. You don't even know, and it's okay. But what kind of energy is happening in your team right now? Tell me the energy and the attitude of team members that you have. And I have another question after that.
Man, the energy level it's way over the roof. I don't know how to describe it. And that's why I see people having success who just join because we duplicate the system, because we know that it works, and then that energy, because we trust the system, that we know that it's working, we duplicate it all the time, that people just don't even have control of it.
So are the majority of people you think in your team have either not been in network marketing, no success, or you have a lot of experienced people in network marketing in your team?
I think it's around 95% to 97% of people in my team never done anything like this ever.
Basically what we're saying is that they can't read. They're the hummingbird, they're the bumblebee, and they don't know too much about what it's supposed to be. So they just do what they inspired to do. So basically you guys are going off of your gut feeling, emotion, and your why versus details. Is that correct?
Definitely right, 100%. That is what's going on now. Most of these people here, they don't even know their back office. They don't even know the books that all these people who have been in the industry for so long read. They don't even know the name of these books. They don't even know who are these top people in this industry. Nothing.
So when you say the name Edwin Haynes before I boomerang, if I would have said the name Edwin Haynes, they would be like, who's this guy? Or if I would have said Karen and Peter Hirsch, who's that? Johnny Wembry, who's that? Cesar Munoz or Jose, who's that? They wouldn't know a Holton Bugs from Barack Obama, right?
Definitely. I never knew those names. Even these my team members, they never heard of you guys. These 95% of my team never know you. They never know Peter Hirsch. They never know Johnny Wembry. I just noticed that he's a writer. He's a book writer or something. I did not even know them. Nothing.
Awesome. You know, well, Ami, listen, here's what I want you to do. I just want to tell you, I'm proud of you, and I want you to take this moment and just keep doing what you're doing. Let everything else come to you, and I want you to make sure that you develop a very good, solid relationship with a guy whose name is David Hunt. Do you know him? He's what's called your upline diamond, I believe. Is that correct, Mark?
Yes.
You know David Hunt?
Yeah, he's my brother from another mother right there.
Awesome.
He's trying to claim part of my wife is from Wales, and he's trying to claim part of it, that he's part of it, and I'm glad that he's trying to claim that.
Awesome. Well, listen, you latch on to him, okay? You latch on to David Hunt, and with that upline that you've got of David Hunt, Avi, and Jose Luis Rivas, that's a wonderful chain of leadership. But you make sure David Hunt right now has the eye of the tiger. And when we say that in networking, we just mean that he's single focused on getting to the next place, and anybody who's attached to him will be there. And I want you to make sure you stay attached to him.
Definitely.
And I'll set one thing I want you to do, and you didn't ask, and because people ask all the time, I get probably 10 emails a week of people asking, how can they get mentorship? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to continue doing what you're doing. Don't try to learn everything now. I want you to hit diamond, and you hit diamond. I'll make sure I give you my personal phone number. And that way, from a personal mentorship in conjunction with what David is offering you and what you're going to get from obviously your GMA, Edwin Haynes, I want to be a part of your future success and really help you do something big for the people of Tonga, for the people of New Zealand. I believe you can make a statement that will change an entire generation and nation of people. And I want to do my part to be a part of it.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you. It's just one few words for just 1 minute word for my people.
Sure, of course, absolutely. We're listening.
Thank you for that. Just to my people, not just here in New Zealand, not just Tonga, but the whole of New Zealand and the Pacific. I know we came from a background where this industry is not even existent. With no experience, we don't even have people from our people from where we are, from the Pacific, where they they're up there where we know them. Like I didn't even know like Peter Hers or Holton Bucks or these people here, but I'm glad, unfortunately, I get to meet them. You don't even need to know everything. You don't even need to know everything before you started. You don't even need to like get all your questions answered before you started, and I can tell you, and I can say that from experience that I've got right now, and you just have to trust. All it takes is your belief and trust. That's it. I know you guys have a strong belief and strong why, and that's why I'm in this position right now. It's just that, and that's why you guys are doing really good in this, even though with no experience. And hats off to everyone here, Chona Piata, David Hunt, Clarky, and everyone. Thank you, Holton.
Absolutely. No, thank you. I really, really appreciate this, Ami. And David Hunt, I know you're listening. So Ami and David and the entire Ami team that's listening, and those of you who watching this now, as you probably looked at the replay, I am going to get with David, and towards sometime around the end of the month, I'm going to do a first class lounge call with your team, exclusively to your team. Don't market the link out all over the place. I want to bring your team together. I'm going to personally do a first class lounge. I'll do my part in building that momentum towards Diamond, and I'll be in communication with David Hunt, and we will set that up. All I want you to do is don't you focus on the first class lounge. I want you to focus on doing what you do best, and that's sharing your why, your vision, and making sure that you take care of your family. And then let iBoomerang, we'll do the rest. How about that?
I'm out of word, but thank you so much for that. I'm pretty sure I can see the chat going off, from my team members too, and all over the world. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what they would love that. They would love that. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Ami, thank you so much, man. We love you. We love your team. Keep inspiring people all over the world. And I can tell you, I've got my executives all in here, and one has had to leave the room because the tears has completely changed the complexion of their face by hearing your story. And I just want you to know that that's the impact that you have. And T-Grade's going to be okay, I promise you. But no, seriously, one actually did leave. I saw them wiping the tears profusely. And but we love you, man. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. You are what iBoomerang is all about, and we appreciate you. So thank you for your contribution.
Thank you, guys. We love you guys.
Awesome. Guys, I like I said, I heard that story, just remnants of the story, and it was probably a 60-second conversation, and I always have a great intuition to say, Mark, I need to have a call with this guy. I need to have that story to be told. And so I'm grateful that we did. And guys, that's what this business is about. It's new. And the thing that I tell Ami is, Ami, remember, you're successful, and the things that seem exciting now, not a month, but 6 months from now, they will appear to be boring. Don't be creative. Don't try to figure out a new way to do it. You've done it with what works. And most people, what they do is want to renew the plan or renew this instead of renew their enthusiasm and renew their dream. Keep visiting your dream. That's what people are attracted to. They're attracted to you, your passion, and they want to be connected to someone who's going somewhere. And they always will be. That's my secret. My secret is not a technique. It's not an approach. It's not a slide. It's not a skill set. My secret, or it is a skill set, and that is I renew my dream every day. And so that's what I attract people with, is my vision and my dream. I'm going somewhere, and people want to go with people who are going somewhere, and you're definitely going somewhere. So thank you. I want to switch gears right now, guys, and I want to go into some stuff, some promotional stuff, some HB Pay stuff. And, it was, with me, I even get emotional. I just listen to it and I see myself, parts of me all over again. And I can take every one of my diamonds that we've got, and I can see ourselves in that story. I see Martha Ermias, one of our newest blue diamonds. I see her in that story in terms of her transition and what she's doing for her people. And I know, Edwin, we got on the call and we said we're going to create a customer service just for the people in that, in her language. Whatever we need to do, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And so we're just we're excited, guys. We are excited. July is going to be off the charts. I hope you guys are ready. If you're not, we are ready, and we are going to attract those who are very, very, very ready. And it doesn't take experience. And sometimes the 20-year or the 30-year or the 40-year MLMers, we get to the point sometimes where we focus so much on the business that we forgot why we got in. And when we forget about our dream and fueling that dream, nobody wants to join. And every excuse will work as to why it's not happening. And so, that's the whole part of it. But anyway, let's talk about some numbers. Let's talk about some money. If you guys are ready to talk about money, I want you to put into the chat, make HB pay. Make HB pay. All right. Make HB pay. Yeah, everybody want to participate now, right? Everybody's participating now, right? Make HB pay. It looks like they already had this typed up, and all they did is just hit send. I've been waiting for the moment for HB to say make HB pay, and we're just gonna. Wow. Okay. Woo! To teach some people some Spanish. Some of our Spanish-speaking distributors that's on the English line, say it in Spanish. Okay. Oh, I saw a big one up there with a whole bunch of make HB pays. All right. This is awesome. All right, it's time to get paid. Okay. Now here's the thing. I put out a challenge for you guys, and I told you guys the last time. I said, listen, 3,000 people. Then I said 4,000 on last week's call. I'm going to put 100 grand into the plan, and we fell a little short. What do we have? 2,500, something like that.
Yeah, 2,500.
2,500. But I think we've gone over. Have we gone over 4,000 today with all the lines?
We may have.
Yeah. Okay. The consensus is we may have. I think they want me to put this money out there.
Mm-hmm. Put it out there.
All right. So we've got a lot of different lines that are connected. And 4,000 lines doesn't represent 4,000 people. It could represent, 8,000 people. Some people are there with their families or whatever it is. If you're Lori, she's probably sitting up and her, and with the screen, and her family's sitting there watching this call. Well, no, she's at the office today. So this is not a flight school, but anyway, I want to get through.
HB,
yes.
We definitely went over 4,000.
Oh, he said we definitely went over 4,000. Okay, with all the lines that we have, I figured we did. So I just believed in you guys. I believed in you. And so I had the team to put some stuff together, and I just got to tell you, $100,000 didn't move me.
That's true. That is a true story.
I'll be really honest. I was like, that doesn't move me. That's like, we just had Peter and Karen Hurst this past week with last week's check, just went over $1 million in earnings. with nothing else in the crib, with an empty shopping cart, okay? And I'm sitting there like, 100 grand not gonna motivate them because it's divided up for everybody. So Mark and I looked and found some money somewhere. Mark is good at, actually, this office, guys, I need your help because it used to be really good, whereas, you know, my credit card, they take my card and I would feel secure. And T. Gray took my card and we were in the airport. We were going somewhere out of the country. And he says, you know, if you happen to see Louis Vuitton or something on there, just letting you know, you know, it's kind of how I feel today. So I had to start watching my card. And then I gave it to Mark one day and I told T. Gray, I'm giving the card to Mark because Mark is, I said, T. Gray, you're a little, you know, you're a little crooked with my card.
I just bought some just now.
and so I said, you know, Mark is not as crooked as you. Mark says, speak for yourself. And he's a little crooked. But let me tell you what really made it really bad. I gave my card to Angela this week. And I'm like, I already know she's just straight as an arrow. And she came back looking like an S. And so, and Tunde is worse because I gave Tunde my credit card. He's worse than all y'all. I gave Tunde my credit card 2 months ago. Do you know he still has not returned my credit card? It's been 2 months, okay? Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. He's got my credit card for 2 straight months and hadn't even, dude, I know when you pull it out, it says Holton Bugs, iBoomerang, and you should have the thought process or the feeling of, I gotta get this back to HP because this is not mine. He hadn't even thought about it. So I need you guys' help. But anyway, so they found some money and we said 100 grand, that ain't motivating nobody, right? So obviously if 100 grand doesn't motivate anybody, 200 grand doesn't motivate anybody. 300 grand doesn't motivate anybody. So Mark's climbing up the, you know, and we get to 400 grand, you know, for this month here of extra money. And I'm like, dude, what you doing? What are you doing? Well, I'm trying to motivate the people. Is that what you said? You want to take care of your people. You want HP to pay. I'm like, yeah, but 100 grand, you know, that's just, you know, nobody's excited about that. But see, this is why you don't put people in charge of money. When it doesn't have to come out of theirs, they'll just spend anything that you have, right? And so that's what they've done. They've gone to the coffers, and Mark said, why don't we make July if you're serious? You said you want this to be jump off July. They got together and says, why don't you see if you can put some more money in the plan and put bonuses that we'll cap out it up to another $1 million. I'm like, do y'all know how much we pay? I can take anybody's plan, put it side by side, dollar for dollar, from the not just top distributors, but mid-level distributors and top distributors. Nobody pays like what we pay. Yeah, they may switch things around and show you this and that and this, but I know the real numbers in this industry. So anyway, we did it. And here it goes. We want to make some stuff simple, okay? What I told you I'll take responsibility for is last month, this time I came out and announced our World Series promo. Man, I tell you, we put the videos together, so fired up, excited about it. And then you guys went, baseball? What's a baseball, right? And I don't know about baseball.
Ami doesn't know about baseball.
Right, Ami doesn't know about baseball, right? So, but anyway, but my deal is I don't care about being right. I just want us to be rich. And when I say us, I'm talking about all of us. And so I take responsibility of really believing of that promo. That was Tunde's idea, and then Tunde came in with a baseball bat, and I got inspired, and I said, I'm bringing sports to iBoomerang. But no, I take full responsibility, but it's been working. And so I don't want to dumb it down, because I tell you, we've got people who've grasped it, and they don't focus on the baseball, and we're not going to focus on that on this call. And but it made you try to learn something, and I don't want you learning something. I just want you doing. And so we said, let's get back to something that will inspire you, something that we've already seen. And we ran some numbers and see, hey, here's what people are more inspired by. So number one, baseball season is still in. World Series is still in. Today starts the playoffs, okay? We have the playoffs starting right now. So this is the playoffs. We're in the playoffs right now, okay? T-Gray, my screen just went large.
Okay. Hit the escape button.
Hit the escape button. Okay. There we go. Because I've got all of these. There we go. So we're in the playoffs right now, and being that we're in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to up the ante, right? Up the ante a little bit. So here's what I want you to do. What we're going to talk about today is a couple promos that we're putting together. Our baseball World Series promo still goes on. The computer's going to do all of that work, but I want to share with you how to maximize the dollars of this promo here and take baseball. Just forget that there's a baseball. It's still going to be in your back office. It's kind of like what Ami said. His people don't even know they have a back office. Why? So they're not focusing on the calculation and what this volume is and this volume. They're focusing on their inspiration, talking to people, communicating, even in the midst of a lockdown. They've been able to do that all the way up to Emerald, joining in April. That means April, May, June, in 3 months hit the Emerald rank. And I don't even know when they hit Sapphire and Ruby, but in 3 months they hit the Emerald rank. And I can tell you, David Hunt and Avi and Edwin Haynes is going to make sure we do our part to make sure that that group goes diamond and break more emeralds, rubies, sapphires, diamonds as well. Now, we need more good people like that a part of Diamond Club. So World Series still goes on, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to run through a couple things, and then I've got a major announcement that I want to make here at the end. So do not get off of this call right here. So one of the things that we realized that really that people were so excited about was the concept of It Takes Two. Okay, of It Takes Two. Hold on for a second. World Series and the It Takes Two. So we're gonna bring a little bit of that concept back. Well, why is It Takes Two? What's so important about that? And how does that relate to our promotion? Because it's the basis, it's the foundation of building the business. You put one person on your left, you put one person on your right, and in iBoomerang, in our binary compensation plan, you now become qualified to receive commissions all the way down through infinity from any person who falls on those two teams. It's called a dual team or a binary compensation plan. So what we're doing is rewarding that behavior. We want you to get two, we reward you extra, and now you qualify for unlimited commissions all the way down through infinity, obviously based on the cap that we have, and also our income disclaimer, which you don't have to put up if you don't want to, but our income disclaimer just basically says, just because you're great at baseball, we can't guarantee you any income at all. Your income is actually going to be based off of your ability to actually build a team, build a consumer base, follow instructions, build a system. And that's really typically where results come from, and everybody's results are different. But when you do the same work, you do the same results, you get the same amount of money. So it's an equal opportunity business that we have here. Okay. So the It Takes Two promotion was one of the biggest promotions that we've had. And so what we're doing right now for this season, we want you to look at what we did in terms of how the season's going to go, and I'll share with you everything that we're going to do. So let's look at June, July, and August. June, obviously the season actually started, and that was regular season. July is what we call the playoffs. Forget about baseball, I'm just going through this. it's the playoffs, okay? August is actually going to determine the World Series. So when you see this, the World Series, I just want you to think playoffs means more money. August means I have a chance to earn even more because we have a grand prize of $50,000 to the team that actually has the most production, okay? That's all a run is. It's a production between your activity and your first line, their activity. Whatever that productivity is actually equates into runs, and you get to score points, and you have a chance to win $50,000 for first place, $25,000 for second place, and $10,000 for third place with this promotion. And I'm really, really excited about that promotion. So let's talk about July weekly bonuses real quick, what we're going to do weekly. And then there's some cool stuff that we're going to put in here. In the month of July, in the top 50, if you're in the top 50, we give you, or you have earned 100 boomerangs, and your name goes on the Boom Foundation donation. Now, first of all, I want to get back to you, and I want to tell you what we've done with Boom Foundation. We've got some very exciting things that have actually taken place. If you love Ami's story, if you love what we've done thus far on this call, please send stars. If you're on Facebook, this is why we love you to be on Facebook, send stars. Do you know that on our Facebook, we have actually done over 50,000 servings of nutrition to children because of the stars that you guys have donated? Okay, I think that deserves a star for the stars that you guys have donated, that you've hit 50,000 stars. So our Boom Foundation, we've got some great work that we're doing in the community. You'll be hearing more about it, especially with the announcement that I'll talk about. We've got some great stuff that we're going to be doing. You also get top 25. If you're in the top 25, which means that you have, for that week, you're in the top 25 in terms of points, you'll get $25 Boom Gear credit. And we've got people who've been getting free Boom Gear every week because they're in the top 25 every week. Top 5, Hall of Fame bonus was before, how much was it before?
$100.
It was $100 during the playoffs. That is now $250 by being a part of the top 5, okay? All you got to do is be a part of the top 5. Now, you're probably saying, Holton, I don't know how to get these runs. Forget about runs. You know how to get in the top 5? Here's what you do. You get started in the business, or you renew your mindset. And you say, you know what, July is my month. I'm actually starting a new level or layer of production and people in the business. The best way to get your old group to go is not by cracking the whip. The best way to get people who've already been in to produce is for you to put people right next to them who are producing and who are getting recognition for their production. So what if you went out this month and you sponsored 6 new people who came into the business? You know what that does for you? That, number one, gives you points for personal production. And then if you help those people get there too by taking It Takes Two, I can't guarantee you, but you're very likely to be in the top 5. You get something like that done this week. You're very likely to be in that top 5. You're very likely to even be one of the top producers for the month that we'll get to in a moment. So don't worry about whether you know baseball. Do you know how to get 2? Do you know how to teach those 2 how to get there too? And can you do it again? You get 2 more, teach them how to get 2. You get 2 more, teach them how to get 2. That's the whole basis of our business. That's what creates volume and momentum, which equals checks in your business. That's what that does, okay? So that's those weekly bonuses that we're gonna have in the month of July. Monthly bonus for the month of July. The winner of the monthly bonus basically is the top producer for the month, the most valuable player bonus. It simply means which person had the most number of frontline ambassadors to produce in conjunction with their personal production. Whoever did the most, that's the most valuable player. Don't worry about baseball, getting hits, doubles, triples, singles, and all of that stuff. Go build your business. Set your goals for Sapphire. What's a Sapphire? Best way to get Sapphire. Sponsor 12. Go out and teach those 12. You're going to have 4 of those 12 that's going to duplicate you. 4 of those 12 people are going to give you 3 to 4 wide apiece. You now have a structure for Sapphire, and you're probably going to be one of the top producers for the week, and you can possibly be a top producer for the month. That's how it works. We're just going to pay you extra money for doing it. The bonus last month was $1,000, and I thought actually it was $1,000 right at first, and then I said double it.
Yes, you said double it.
Then I said double it, and then Mark says nobody's excited about that, so triple it. So he took some more of my money and making HB pay. So we're tripling that one bonus alone. There's more coming. So that's going to be the monthly bonus that we have. Now, here's what's back, ladies and gentlemen. Here is what's back. We ran the numbers and we found out how many people did this. And Mark put it up early before I even mentioned it again. That's okay. He's trying to pay you guys early. I started to say, Mark, don't put it up yet, right? That's okay. He wants you guys to get paid early. So what we decided to do is this here. We decided to bring something back that's been the most successful promo, one of the top 2 promos that we've ever done, and that is U+2, okay? U+2. What does it have to do with baseball? Nothing. Do you get points for it? The computer's going to do the points. All I want you to do is go get 2. So here's how it works. You get a new player, or what is a player? You enroll a new ambassador in the month of July, and you help that ambassador. So I'm actually translating from sports language to networker language. So if you read this, it says you enroll, not get a new player, you enroll a new ambassador, and you develop or help that new ambassador to enroll 2 ambassadors at the coach or higher level, and you receive a bonus. You receive a bonus, and that bonus is going to be $50 or $100. Now, what determines the bonus? It will be $100 provided one of those 2 packages is first class. I'm correct in that, right?
Yes.
So one of the 2 packages must be first class. If one of them one is coach and one is business, it's a $50 bonus. One is business, 2 are business, it's a $50 bonus. 2 are coach, $50 bonus. But one minimum must be first class, and the bonus becomes a $100 bonus, $100 bonus, okay? So U+2, how many of y'all like the U+2? Let me know if you like the U+2 in here, because I want your consensus on how you get paid. I want you to tell HB, here's what I want to do to get paid. Do you like that? Let me know in the chats right now if you like the U+2 bonus. It's one of the 3. What do you mean?
The person that you sponsored or one of the 2 people they sponsored.
Oh, one of the 3. I'm being corrected. It's one of the 3. So you sponsor whoever you sponsored. So one of those 3, which means one of the person you sponsored or one of the 2 that they sponsored have a first class pack, $100 bonus. Boom. So now you have a better odds. Instead of 50%, you got more odds of you got 3 opportunities.
That's it.
Right? Yeah. You got 3 opportunities, right? So anyway, my scroll is not working here. I'm trying to go in the chat and see if they're liking this. I'm thinking nobody's liking it because I don't see anything moving.
It's scrolling.
Is it scrolling? Okay. All right. Maybe I'm at, okay. So many messages come in. Do I have to go to the bottom to get all of these things here? Yeah, there we go. All right. Just want to make sure you like it. If you like it, HB's going to pay you. HB will pay you. Okay. Mark, do not go to the next slide.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will not go there until you tell me.
Okay. All right. Where's Vanna White when you need her, right? Vanna she turns the letters when Pat Sajak, maybe Pat's not there anymore, is he?
No.
Okay, he's long gone. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune, whoever's on there now, she turns the letters when she's supposed to. I'm going to see if, would Vanna come over here and take over Mark's position on the CEO executive calls. Anyway, guys, as you see, guys, we have fun. We have a lot of fun. It's a family business, and we want to keep you entertained and make it light. So now we're going to be talking. I'm going to talk while T. Gray ties up Mark's hands. Okay, about our next bonus that we're going to bring in extra money, or as my granddad used to say, extra. Okay, extra, not extra. He used to say extra. So here's what we looked at. We looked at what's really working in our plan. Our base of our plan is phenomenal. We're producing income for so many people right now. Our Fast Start Accelerator has been a home run, where people are receiving checks and they're like, what is this for? I didn't get a binary check. Well, how did I get a check? Because I didn't get a binary. Well, somebody in your group enrolled someone and that triggered a Fast Start commission on your 7th level. Well, how do I get 7 levels? I haven't sponsored 12. Well, remember you got your 2 and we had a promotion that where you get it for 3 months. That's where that money comes from. So that they did it one time and we're paying them week after week after week after week for 3 months for something that they did 3 months ago. Okay. And it's the money we're paying out with the Fast Start Accelerator is off the charts. And here's a tool to see. The higher your Fast Start Accelerator, it's a gauge of where your business really is, because that means you've got people within your first few levels working hard. And that's what you want to see, Fast Start Accelerator growing in the business. Now, so what we thought about is, what if we put ourselves in position to really, really accelerate going into vision, which I'm going to talk about after this promotion here. What if we did that? And we looked at where did we break the most number of pins? And we said, we took a little poll and we looked at the data as we talked about making data-driven decisions. We looked at the data and we found out that people went absolutely nuts over rank advancement bonuses. So we replaced the World Series with rank advancement. We replaced rank advancement bonuses with World Series. We took that away. Mark says, Holton, just pay the people. Just give the money. It'll come back. It's like a boomerang. You send $1 million out, I promise you it's going to come back. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what we've done is we have signed a contract with Mark Cathcart that if the money doesn't come back, he's going to donate a portion of T. Gray, Tunde, Angela, and his salary to make sure that we fulfill the promises.
Remember, we got your credit card.
They've got my credit cards. Okay. So, Mark, T. Gray, unleash his hands.
I can show it?
No, get ready to show it. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring back this month, in addition to, higher bonuses for World Series playoffs, in addition to weekly bonus for the top 5, in addition to the Hall of Fame, in addition to top 50, in addition to top 25, in addition to the monthly, player of the month or whatever we call it, we're going to put more money in there and say, in addition to It Takes Two, which is a lot, we're going to go out there and put ranked bonuses on top of it. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I said I'll pay an additional $1 million. If we accelerate and we get to the $1 million in extra money too fast, or not too fast, but really fast, I might extend it and not stop it. How about that? Okay. But if we're like towards the end of the month and it's only, and it gets to like $1 million and I know we're going to pay 1.2, I may have to stop it. But if you guys just like take off, then we may just do a little bit more and make it happen. So what we did is this. We did it a little bit differently. I wish I would have did a comparison. I should have told Mark to put them up there. I'm going to show you the bonuses that we had last month, and then I'm going to show you what we did this month. We looked at the sweet spot and we said, who do we really want to feed? And we want to feed our elephants and our fish and give them opportunity to get more. So, Mark, you have permission to push the button. So here's our rank advancement bonuses, and I'll give you what we had last month. It's ineffective right now today, okay? Director bonuses last month were $250, but we did them $200 this month here. So you hit director, you hit director this month, and it's $200. T-Gray, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
For some kind of, you know me, I'll be feeling stuff.
Yep.
And can I do my first 7-day deal for directors to give them, because I don't want my directors to feel like we paused them. Okay.
Yes, like B. Yes.
I can do it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if you hit director within the, if a brand new person, here's the thing, I'm going to do it differently. Brand new in the business, okay, and you hit director in your first 7 days, that means you get started this month. I want you to understand this. Now I'm already at 2,000 points from last month and I add another 500. You still get your $200 bonus. Any director who hits it in their first 7 days, okay, any director who hits director in their first 7 days, that means you can get started on the 15th. So if you sponsor someone on the 15th and in their first 7 days, they hit director, I'll double that bonus.
Okay.
How's that?
That is good.
Is that cool? Can we do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, got to be in your first, but they have to join the business this month. Okay.
We might have to return some of the stuff we bought on your card.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that. I think because I love my directors, you know, I want them to get paid. All right. Now, senior director. Okay. Hit senior director. $400. All right. Executive director. Last month it was how much? Mark?
600.
It was 600. We upped it. You hit executive director, you got $800. Okay? Or as E-Money says, $800. $800 for executive director. Sapphire last month was what? 1,000?
Yes.
It's $1,200 this month for hitting Sapphire. Ruby? Ruby was what? 2,000? 1,500?
We're checking.
It wasn't 2,500. It's $2,500 right now. Hit Ruby, $2,500 bonus paid to you for hitting Ruby. Emerald was 3,000. No, Emerald was 2,500.
Yep. Emerald was, yeah.
What was Ruby?
Ruby was 2,000.
Ruby was 2,000. Now it's 2,500.
Yep.
Emerald was 3,000. Now it's 4,000.
Yes.
Diamond was 5,000. Now it's 8. Blue diamond is 12 grand.
It was 10.
It was 10,000. Okay. So we put more of that. If you knew the number of rubies and directors and senior directors and executive directors, sapphires last month, this is why I upped those bonuses, because we want to inspire more people to hit those ranks. Diamonds, yeah, they're cool. We'll give them a little extra, but it ain't about them right now. It's about you. That's who it's about. And we want to reward you on those bonuses. And we've got something real cool that we're going to do with some technology. By the way, we're taking the Blue Diamonds. We just had a powwow meeting in the idea room here at iBoomerang headquarters. And I think they conspired in some kind of way. They were playing these videos on our screens of beaches. Every day I walked in, it was beaches of Cabo. Every day, in some kind of way, subliminally, I think they knew it was going to have an effect on me. And so on Friday, they just played them on all the screens around. And we came up with this crazy idea. let's take our executive elite, our elite diamonds. Let's just go to Cabo. Let's do a powwow session for 4 days, and let's plan the future of iBoomerang to $100 million, 150 for this year. Let's take them and sequester them and quarantine, if you will, on some nice blue water and a resort that is off the charts. And we did an immediate high priority conference call, and everybody had to think about it for 1 second and says, yes, they're coming. And so we're going to be taking them just on a trip, all expenses paid, wasn't planned. It's not wasn't a blue diamond trip we had in our comp plan. We just wanted to hang out and get back to what we feel. I looked at our business as being a portion of travel and lifestyle, and everybody's been so cooped up and stressed out and don't know what the future. Man, let's just go. We're going to go have us some fun, and we're going to be in Cabo for a few days and just light it up, come back with some great ideas for what we're going to be announcing at Vision. And they all accepted the challenge. They said, Johnny said, I'm taking one for the team. I'll go ahead and do this to represent our team. So he and Martha Ermia said, yeah, I'll be there too. So all of them will be there. But these bonuses, hey guys, let me ask you a question. Do you like these rank advancement bonuses? I need to know. Let me know if you like the rank advancement bonuses and if you plan to get one. That's what I want to know, okay? Because I want to know what you want. This is your company. Your company. We're going to give you what you want. I've got 2 minutes left, and I've got about 9 minutes worth of information I need to give you in 2 minutes.
By the way, Sacco sent me a message and said, stop saying yes.
Sacco said, stop saying yes?
Yes.
I'm the yes man. You know me, guys. Nobody, here's the thing. In iBoomerang, I tell people, nobody has to be afraid that Holton will reject them. You come to me with an idea, the answer is yes. Now let's find a way to confirm that yes. That's how it works. Okay, the answer is yes. Holton, can I have $1 million bonus? Yes, let's find out how to make it work. Holton, can you give me a house bonus? Yes, let's find a way to make it work. And sometimes that yes stays there for about 5 seconds, and then it turns into a no.
Yes.
But I'm the yes man. Come to me. Why? Because how can we build the future starting off with no? When you say no, it means your mind shuts down off of possibilities. So I'm the yes man. Okay. So no, Tuna, you can't have a raise yet. All right. All right. Anyway, so let's get on here with it, guys. I appreciate all the responses there. I want you to go get these. Now, if you don't go get a bonus, I'm not bringing them back. I ain't bringing it back if you don't make me pay. And this is, guys, this is uncomfortable right now. I'll be honest with you. We looked at the numbers and the percentages. Edwin and I and Mark was here yesterday on the screen. It was uncomfortable. Okay. It really was. It made all of my old stuff look new again. What do I mean? That way I don't have to spend any money on the old stuff. Because you look at stuff and you say, I need to get this new thing. No, I'm like, we're gonna take this money and pay the field and make sure July is off the charts. Now, pay attention. Here's what I want to let you know. I feel real good right now. I always feel real good. It's a choice. Pay attention. I believe throughout the month, I might throw something in the mix for a day. So you got to be paying attention. And it may be a bonus for that day for whatever it is that you're going to do. So just watch and pay attention. It's just how I'm feeling right now, okay? I know Sacco doesn't want to hear that, but just how we got to do it, all right? So that's what we're going to do with those bonuses there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, our overall top 3 overall winning teams. First place will be $50,000, or as we say, 50 grand. In the words of Spike Lee, 50 grand, $50,000. And second place, $25,000. Third place, $10,000 for the World Series, which is actually starts next month. And you'll have an opportunity. Everybody still have an opportunity as you start to see new people. So what you're going to see now, because of the simplicity, you're going to start seeing new people. They're not even going to think about baseball. They're going to find out, kind of like Ami did. He didn't even know he was hitting ranks. and people are going to be at the top, like the majority of our people who've been in the top. They had no idea they were going to be in the top. So congratulations to all of you guys, okay? Let's go look at the top 5 right now, real quick. Let's look at the top 5 right now.
Top 5 for June.
Top 5 for June.
So Nasser got a $2,000 bonus.
All right, so Nasser Urimi, which everybody knows Nasser actually won a promotion, Sponsor Monster promotion. He had a trip to Houston, Texas. Came to Houston, Texas for Accelerate. We took him to a nice suite at the Houston Rockets game. He won our jersey. He hung out with all of the diamonds and blue diamonds and our global master ambassador, Mr. Edwin Haynes. We had an absolute blast. He's getting used to that type of lifestyle, okay? And so this month he is the winner, came in first place with 28 hits, 27 runs, 28 hits. Here's the thing, I don't even know what this means right now. I don't even know. All I know is $2,000 is going to him. That's what I know, right? And 2 errors. Now, so obviously all of the bonuses are actually paid out the following residual check month, provided no other errors come in that will actually decrease that score, okay? So right now, Nasser is the pending winner of that $2,000 bonus. In second place, we have Sandy Harris in New Zealand. Again, New Zealand is cranking. You guys are off the charts. Clark Nathan in third.
New Zealand.
Clark Nathan is in New Zealand?
I think, yeah, New Zealand or Australia.
New Zealand, Australia. What about Rainey Marie Silva?
France.
France. Awesome. Oui. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And number 5, Ryan Lewis. Where's Ryan from? Brooklyn, New York. Okay. Brooklyn, New York, as they say, New York. New York's in the house. So congratulations to all of our top producers that we have in the top 5. Congratulations to Nasser and doing what it is that you do. Guess what? You have another opportunity to win it again next month. And so this is just money that you can collect, guys. We just want to pay you, all right? We just hope you receive the money. Now, let's talk about Vision. Vision update. And let me go ahead and get rid of all of this information. How many of you are excited about Vision? I need to see if you're excited about Vision, okay? Vision 2020, okay? Mark, T. Great, Ty Mark, hands up.
Yeah, I'm not going any further.
Okay, all right.
This is the only one I'm showing.
All right, okay, so anyway, so 2020, Vision 2020, here's what we've done. We start to think about vision and we looked at vision. Obviously right now we have guys, we've got probably nearly over 4,000 people who've already registered for Vision. Exciting. We cannot wait. Here's a little thing that actually took place. It's what I call a pivot. There's this little small thing. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called a little pandemic that's actually been going on. And what we looked at on a serious note is what can we predict, what can we do, and how can we deliver? We're so excited to be getting back together with everyone here. And but at the same time, we looked at United States and we looked at our venues and we looked at our government regulations and laws and what they're doing. And these things typically take months to plan out. At least normally we take about 6 to 7 months to plan out all of the details. And so we've actually planned it out. We've already put things in place. We have venues, everything already done. And what has taken place, and I want you to hear me very clearly because I've got great news, not good news, but great news. What we've looked at as we've been in negotiations talking with Las Vegas, they have put certain restrictions, and because of the new heightened elevated watch of COVID and making sure that health is primary, they have limited the number of people that can be in a building. That number is put in place until the month of October for right now, and it could still change. So we said, we need an event. We're going to do an event. And so what we did is we looked and say, how can we do something just different? How can we bring to the field similar impact, but bigger? But not just bigger, huge. Not just huge, gigantic. Not just gigantic, but transformative. How do we do it? How do we deliver such ideas and innovation that we put in place already? And so what we did is we got into the idea room, and we brought in our entire staff of event planners and executive team. And when you see what takes place at our events, you guys have seen it, that we don't go cheap at all. We never have. We set the tone for the industry. And we said, how can we do this? How can we make this an amazing experience and deliver transformative content? But not only transformative content, how can we break records and really be in 188, almost 190 countries and represent that and keep people safe? And so what we've actually decided to do is we are now transforming Vision from a seated arena where everybody will be, because it's just prohibitive and it's responsible. We want to do our part and not put people in harm's way. So we thought, let's take it to the next level. Let's do a full production. Let's build our own set. Let's build a movie set. And we've started that process already. We've architected, we've put all the ideas out, we've laid it out, we know what we can do and where we can do it. And we are going to deliver. And as a matter of fact, I believe we're gonna over deliver. When I have looked at now some of the things that we're gonna be able to do by bringing a new event in a virtual sense, we're gonna be able to deliver much more than we would have been able to being in an arena. Now, will I miss, the flying and the yelling and all of that kind of stuff? Probably, yeah, but I'll still be doing it. You can still do it as well. But we looked at, now let's go to the next level. How do we put 30,000 people into an event and do it the way we know we can actually do it? How many people would you love to have be impacted and have access and be in attendance and watch the new announcements, new product announcements that we are actually going to launch at Vision, and start to see the Prib even get better and get better and get better and get better, and start the process of watching and witnessing that Chinese bamboo tree to grow. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have put together Vision. You can go to the next slide, Mark, without the people. One slide next. And that is our Vision 2020 virtual event. Now, let me explain what I mean by virtual. Okay. I know you're probably saying, well, this is a virtual conference call that we're on. No, yeah, this is. We're using some technology. We're using a Zoom technology. This is good for just some communication. This is cute. And this is good. Yeah, we got the nice green screen here, and we can put up little images here. No, we're building a set. We are building a stage that rivals the stage that you would be at if you were actually there. And I'm not going to spill the beans, but I can tell you right now, I haven't been this excited to do something different, because it's a challenge. The moving parts that's going to require, the manpower that it's going to require, some of that manpower is even more than what we would have had locally there from some of the things that we're going to be able to do. But one of the things that I've never been able to do is I've never been able to physically be in more than one place at a time from an impact standpoint. So much different of just watching live stream. And some of you who've actually seen our events and you purchased the live stream on the ticket. That's different because you're just watching us interact with all the people. But we're taking this to the next level, and I know we're going to set the standard, and every other company is going to want to do exactly what it is that we're doing. No different than how we did with our Boom TV and our Top Gun University, and now you've got people who've even cloned all of that, which is good because it's great for the industry. And so our iBoomerang Vision 2020 event is actually going to be a virtual event. And so now let me explain to you what takes place here. Being that it's virtual, you get to experience it right from your own comfort of your own place, of your own home. But we want you to actually get ready and prepare for this, no different than you would be going to another event. Okay? Now, some of you are probably saying, well, I bought a ticket and everything. Well, I'm going to share with you how you can participate and how your ticket money can register you for this already, and how we're actually going to market this and things of that nature. So don't get all antsy. Remember, we've already thought about the solutions for you. So don't worry about that. And please don't go to your back office and let me get a refund for my ticket. Just listen to us. Don't do that at all. Trust me, you'll regret it. Don't do that at all. But what we're going to do is we're going to be able to deliver things that we've never done before. We're going to be able to bring concepts that we couldn't do live or on stage at that moment, and bring that level of training. We're able to now extend a training and have an extended content, whereas you can have training after the event and have content that's going to be produced there on this set after the event is over, like the following week, and the following week, and the following week. And so sometimes we go to the event and we take the event, and only thing we leave with is the information and the enthusiasm that we have there. And yeah, we may have bought a special and some boom gear. You'll be able to do all of that, but we're going to deliver things that we've never been able to deliver before. And so what I want to share with you right now is what we've put together, and what your ticket that you've purchased now, what that qualifies you for, and how we're actually going to do this. I'm really excited about it.
Can I go to the next screen?
So Mark, you actually have permission in a second when I say go to the next screen. So I'm going to share with you the different packages that we've put in place and how this actually works, how it works. And I want you to understand, and let me go through it with you so that you really understand what we've got here. And it's ready to start turning on the afterburners like yesterday. Okay, it's going to be incredible. So Mark, you can hit the button and go to the next screen. So what we're doing is right now, we're going to deliver to you a minimum, we're just saying right now, a minimum of 3-day event of content that everybody will be there live watching every single thing. But that 3 days of content actually extends a little, extend even a little longer, and you'll be able to access some of the other stuff. It's amazing what we're going to do. So for example, our first package will be the basic package. Basic package is basically going to give you access to what we call our general admission. General admission will be the content that we will provide on a day-to-day basis. And every day won't be from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock, just like you're there, because we don't want you to sit there and get television eye and kind of veer off. So we're going to give you quality hours of content on a daily basis. That will be our general session that we will have. That ticket is a $79 access to that general stream, or the general virtual event that we'll have. Now, there's additional items that we will have. If you're looking at the a la carte parts on there, here's what we're going to do. We're also going to offer a premium package. Now, premium package is $129, was $149. It will be $149. And the basic will be $99, but right now it's $79. And the premium package not only gives you access to the general session, it gives you access to the general session, and you also have a 1-week replay. You have the Saturday and Sunday that you'll have a 1-week replay. And you also have a special free, what we call you get featured on our social site, special feed. You'll get featured on the social site, and you'll have access to the discount on the new product release that we'll have, and Now let me ask you a question, Mark.
Yeah.
What about, did we have the other feature in there of one of the special trainings?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but we can have them select one of those.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So what we'll also do is this here. You'll see these special trainings that we have on there. You'll also get access to one of the special trainings, and that comes with the premium package. But you'll select which one of those packages or free trainings that you will want. And you'll actually have access to that particular training on a premium package, $129 for that. Then we have what we call the all access package, $179. So want to be $199 for that. And what is the all access package? Everything that we have to offer, every training that we're going to do, you have access to it. Not only do you have access to the general session, but you've got 2 weeks of replay, because it's going to be so much content that you'll be able to go back and review it for 2 weeks. This is single sign-on. It's not one where you can share the links. This will be single sign-on. And so each individual person will be required to have their account in order to enjoy all of this particular content that we have. All the behind the scenes, and we're going to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, as we will have a small audience of some of our diamonds there. We will show you the inner workings of what we'll be doing. It's going to be a full production, a full production. It's going to be pretty exciting. So you'll see what we're doing before the afterwards. How do I get prepared? The self-talk that I'm having before I go on stage. You know, you'll be able to watch and see some of the diamonds who will be actually speaking live. They're not going to be on the screen. They're going to be on the stage speaking, training, and all of that stuff. How do they get prepared? What are we doing afterwards? What is the after effect of it? Letting you really understand how is it that we do things. What if you had access to, to certain conversations that we're having throughout the meeting, and maybe, some of those lunch-like conversations that we have, giving you access to those stuff is what we call the meeting after the meeting after the meeting, having access to all of that. There's going to be a women's event. Ladybug is going to put on a full women's event that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We know you ladies have been waiting for it. We're going to bring it here, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. You're going to love the way we're going to do it, and you'll be able to participate with this. That you can get that. Now, here's the thing. If you want to just add those on, you can add those on, those trainings for $49 a piece, or you can access the all access package. For the first time, I'm going to do a men's event. How to build the business. Being a man, not only from the business standpoint, but having a training that shows young men how to be responsible adults and really be a productive element, not only in society, but to your community, to business, and the things that we must do, the pitfalls that we fall short on, but how to overcome those things, whether you're single, whether you're married, relationships, how to deal with the people in your organization, all the stuff, the stress, the pressures, how to hit the pressure relief button. A men's event that's actually going to take place, the first time I've ever done one in the history of network marketing, but we're going to do it because now we have the tools to be able to access that. We'll have that event. We're going to have special group Q&As with our blue and our black diamonds. You'll have access to that with the all access package. We'll have the special feed. You'll have access to that. There's going to be a CEO leadership training that I'm going to do. First time ever. I normally do a leadership training and only allow sapphires and above to attend. Well, for the very first time, we are going to allow a special training. And if you want this training alone, it's $299. Why did I put it at $299? Number one, I wouldn't dare do a leadership training for outside for $299. That's too cheap. If you would want a leadership training from me, the cost of that training is going to start probably at $5,000 for a leadership training. But we know a lot of people around the entire network marketing world is going to tie in and look, because they don't have to physically be at the event, but they're going to come. Why? Because they want what we have, and they're going to pay as well. Okay. So you can access it through your back office for the $179 all access pass. But if somebody comes in and want just access to that. It's $300 for them, higher than the entire training by itself. So we'll have the CEO leadership training that I'll be doing, and that's going to basically take you from basics of where you are to different tiers and levels of leadership, and really show you how to maximize yourself, not only as a business builder, but how you take this and extract all the resources that you've got within so that your business becomes much easier to build. I don't have to work hard on the details of the business. I work hard on HB, and that's the reason for the success. Special training by our GMA, Mr. Edwin Haynes, that you'll have access to. That will be a special training that Edwin Haynes is going to do. You won't have access to that general session. Will you have access to Edwin Haynes in general session? Yes, you will. You will see him in general session. He will teach something, but there's special trainings that Edwin Haynes is going to do. And then you're also going to have a special training by our Black Diamond, Mr. Johnny Wembry. And these special trainings, ladies and gentlemen, will be out of sight. You can access them only through the all-inclusive package. And then obviously we talked about the new product release. Everybody will have access to the new product release that we'll have, and you will have discounts with the premium package and the all access package. Well, what about my ticket that I've already purchased? Well, what we did is right now we know tickets are $179. And so if you purchased a $179 ticket, guess what? You have already qualified for the all access plan. It's already done, all access pass. You've already got it already. And we'll be ready to rock and roll with you. And you've got everything that you want there. The premium package, if you have not, we're going to put together a way for you to get the premium package. If you purchased, if you purchased a ticket and it was $149, okay, that $149 also gives you the all access package. Okay, so if you bought the early bird special, you got the all access package. Okay, you got the all access package. If you bought the $50 beginner ticket, that ticket, or when you first enrolled, that ticket gives you general admission. That's not an all access pass. We're going to give you an opportunity to be able to upgrade your ticket and put you a little special in there as well. Those details we have not loaded up in the back office yet for the upgrades. We haven't done that yet, right?
No.
We haven't. Don't worry about that. Okay. Don't worry about that. That is to come. That is to come in terms of how you'll be able to transfer tickets and stuff like that. So please don't worry about the details. Don't call corporate, email upline, and flood customer service with all of those details until we open it up and give you that access. So you don't need to call, ask for any refunds or anything of that nature. What we want to do now is grow this, and we want to grow it in mass proportion. We believe we can have 20,000+ people who are there witnessing what's taking place and have a life-changing, transformative event that's going to take place. And here's one of the things I want to share with you, bring you in on the inside. What we are actually working on as well as this year, I just want to be transparent with you, is we already know our dates for the dates that we've had set for Vision. We're working on something so special that if we can get this done, it will be history in terms of where we want to set this setup at. And when people know that we're filming from here, it's going to be like incredible. We're looking to see if we can give everyone the ability to finish out the entire month of August and do this event on the first weekend of September, starting on the 4th of September, and start the filming process and do it then. But because you're not going to have to fly in, we're going to work all of those details out within the next 2 weeks, and you will know exactly when. But for right now, we do have our regular dates locked in. But I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait. And I can tell you this, I believe that we're going to start doing a major component of our business or of our events in this capacity in conjunction with bringing people together as well. Because the things that we can do with the way we're going to do it, we've never had that before. and to be able to reach that number of people is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And so I'm really, really excited about that. And so we still want you to go get your vision ticket. Mark, go to the next slide, show the big packages up there. Get your vision ticket. If you have not, go ahead and get it, because we are going to increase the price of it. As you see here, the ticket prices will increase for that. And the reason why we want you registering early is because there's some special things that we are looking to do and to produce, but we need advance counts of how many we're having on there. Obviously, because of bandwidth and things of that nature, trust me, to stream out to this number of people, we are talking in the high, the nice six figures in terms of what the events will cost to bring you the highest quality, completely zero interruptions, and to be able to deliver to you the best that we have to offer, because that's all we have is our best. And so really excited about it, about what we're going to do with Vision and Vision 2020. And that actually will kick us off and springboard us into our Dream Weekend, which we already are going to have in, I think that's December. Is that December?
Yes, December 6th.
December 6th.
2nd through the 6th.
And that's when we'll be getting back together, and that's going to be in Cancun. And I can't wait to see you guys and have so much fun with you in Cancun. But let's do what we can do, and let's bring you not only what we can do, but let's do something extraordinary. That's what we're designed for. And I appreciate each and every one of you who've been a part of this conference call. Anything that I'm missing, guys?
No.
Okay. Guys, let's go out here. Remember, director bonuses first 7 days. You know what I'm going to call it? I want to call, what's my bonus that I call
You call it the double director.
No, go-getter.
Go-getter.
The go-getter bonus. Where are my go-getters? You go director in your first 7 days, you're a go-getter. And we're going to just double that bonus up and put that money out there. Let's just go out here and make this happen. If you're a go-getter and if you're going to produce go-getters, I want you to let me know in the chat as we sign off. Thank you, guys. You've been here much longer than I had anticipated. And we appreciate you. We love you guys all over the world. Can't wait to celebrate an incredible month. We will break records this month. I'm going to sign off. My name is Holton Buggs. They call me HB, and I am a go-getter. See you guys. Love you.
Upgrade my life, I feel amazing. It takes two. 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 Stay on my grind, we never stop.